Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to be sharing some of my quarter-of-a-century wisdom with you. I turned 25 last month. Yes, 25.
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I had been planning on making this video where I share 25 things I've learned in 25 years, but I kind of didn't get around to filming it right on my birthday, which was January 20th, which was also Inauguration Day, which was also the day that Donald Trump became president. So that was a special birthday. But I thought better late than never, so this is just going to be a video of me sharing lots of things I learned in 25 years. Some of it will be wise wisdom. It's a little redundant to say wise wisdom. And some things will just be facts about myself that I learned in 25 years. Also, just to kill two birds with one stone, this is also going to double as a get ready with me. And I'm going to do my makeup while I tell you everything I've learned. To get this party started, we're going to roll up our sleeves. And we're going to put our hair back with our trusty cat headband. Okay, let's look. So the first thing that I want to talk about that I learned about myself is that I can't sing. I learned that in these 25 years. I've actually known that for a very long time, but time and time again throughout these 25 years I've tried to sing. And I just can't. And that leads me to my next thing I've learned, which is that I cannot dance. I have no coordination. I'm not even good at Just Dance. I've tried to play it with my friends. Everybody else gets 5 stars and I get literally like 1. Thing number 3 that I've learned is that dancing is fun. And I say that because I'm not good at dancing, but I really enjoy dancing. And I dance in public very often, and I just don't care what people think because dancing is really fun. Thing number 4 is never hustle for your worth. And what I mean by this is that if you have to work really hard to get people to like you and recognize how much you're worth as a person, then they're not worth your time. You should never be working overtime to get people to like you. I learned this the hard way. Number 5 is to get a hobby. Growing up, I was never someone who had a hobby. I liked reading and I liked watching TV, but that's pretty much the extent of it. So whenever people asked me what I like to do, I was just like, I'm pretty good at binging Netflix shows. And I never really saw the importance of getting a hobby, even though people always said to do that, until I started my YouTube channel. As you can see, that's been very fruitful and very fun and confidence building, and I've really enjoyed having a creative outlet. So I really recommend that people get a hobby because you will enjoy it because you pick something that you like to do and then you do it. The next one is either number 5 or number 6. I can't really remember, so we're just gonna have to rely on the numbers being at the bottom of the screen from now on. But anyway, that is to not invest in those who don't invest in you. This kind of goes along with the not hustling for your worth, but I have had the sad misfortune of investing a lot in either a friendship or a relationship, and having the person not give as much as me. You know, I've always felt kind of bad about that and felt bad about myself in those situations. But I have learned that has less to do with me and more to do with them, and that it is not selfish to want to be around people who invest in you when you're investing in them. You'll always be sad if you compare. This is another thing I had to learn over these years because I have always been wildly insecure as a person, and I have often spent a lot of my time comparing myself to other people. And I realized all that's ever gonna do is make you sad. So you should just probably not do that. It's still hard, but I try not to compare myself to other people because there's always going to be someone who's better than you in some way and you'll just end up feeling not good. I feel like these life lessons are very depressing and make it sound like I'm a super jaded human, but honestly I've just been through some bad relationships and friendships in the past couple of years, and I've just learned that sometimes people suck. The more you realize that, the more you learn to just kind of deal with it and move forward and just accept that you have to find the good ones, and sometimes people just suck. You're not going to like everyone you meet. This is partially because people suck, but I realized this a few years ago because for the most part, I get along with a lot of people that I meet, but I have come across some people in my lifetime that I just don't like. It can be for a good reason or not a good reason, but you're just not gonna like everyone that you meet, and you don't have to like everyone. And that leads me to my next point. Not everyone is going to like you. I know that's one of my biggest fears, but honestly, not everybody's gonna get my humor, not everybody's gonna like me. Some people are gonna find me annoying, some people are gonna think that I talk too much, and that's just life, and you're gonna have to be okay with it. My next life lesson comes from my good friend Monica, but essentially she once said, Everyone's love life is LOL, unless you're like married or like deeply in love. Sometimes I feel like the only one that's struggling with dating and finding the person I'm supposed to be with, but she made a very good point in just saying no. Everyone literally feels that way, and everyone's love life is just literally like, LOL, why me? It's nice to know you're not alone. And that leads me to my next point. I have learned that dating sucks until it doesn't. Every once in a while, you meet that special someone, and then it probably like doesn't work out, but that's a whole other point. You meet a special someone and then dating doesn't really suck anymore. But it's good to know that dating can suck and does suck a lot of the times. When I was growing up watching Friends, I didn't know how serious they were when they said dating was not fun and very hard to do.
Did you really think that this was going well?
Don't internalize other people's mistakes. Like I've been saying, I've had some bad relationship and friendship experiences the past few years, and something I often do is internalize when other people do things wrong to me, but somehow I end up feeling bad about myself. So I have started telling myself, don't internalize what they did. They did that because they're a punk ass bitch and you're not. But that leads me to my next point. You gotta own up to when you also make mistakes towards other people. Like I said earlier, people suck. But sometimes you suck too. And you gotta be self-aware and admit to that when it happens. Another really important thing I learned is that your eyebrows are a very important part of your body, and that you should probably figure out what you're doing with them, whether you're plucking them, getting them threaded, getting them waxed, not touching them, filling them in, penciling them, powder, whatever. Your eyebrows are important. Next on my list is that you can learn a new skill if you try. I've always been someone that hates doing anything that I'm bad at, but I have been learning that if you try hard enough, you can work on your skills in areas and get better. For example, I never thought that I would be able to have a YouTube channel and be good at talking to a camera and editing and all of that, and look where we are now. Also, I currently work as a graphic designer, but I did not go to school for graphic design. I always had an interest in it, but I didn't even know how to use Photoshop. And then I got my current job, and my boss taught me everything I know, and now I get paid to do that as a living, and it's pretty good. I have no idea what I'm doing with my eye makeup right now. I gotta focus on it for a second. Oh, I've also learned that you have to blend your makeup. That is very, very important. Blend, girls, blend. And boys, whoever you are, it's 2017. Next on our list, we have it's okay to change your worldview. Growing up, I had very set beliefs, and I honestly thought that I would never, ever, ever, ever change my mind. I would believe what I believed until the day I died. Somewhere along the way, I started questioning what I thought and the way I viewed the world. I really struggled with that, and I had to wrestle with coming to terms with the fact that you can change. You don't have to be set with the way you think. Like, it's all right to acknowledge, hey, I used to think like that, but now I think like this. The world's not over. You can literally change what you believe any day of the week. And it doesn't make you a bad person. It's very important to vote. I don't know about you, but I don't think I need anything more than this most recent election to prove that. Wake me up inside. I'm ashamed to say that this past election was the first time that I voted, but I feel like it showed more than ever that it's very important for young people to vote and to get out there, because I feel like if more people my age were voting, maybe things would have been different. So if you're watching this, this is a PSA. If you're a millennial, you gotta get out and vote. And if you're not a millennial, you still gotta get out and vote. I mean, we won't be voting for president for like another 4 terrifying years, but still, don't worry what people think of you, especially strangers. When you're in public, the chances of you seeing anyone around you again are very slim. Very, very slim. So if you want to dance, have fun with your friends, or wear whatever you want, you should do that. You just shouldn't care what people think. It only matters what you think of yourself. I mean, I'm not saying run around acting like a jackass, but within reason, just do whatever you want. And who the fuck cares what other people think? I cannot tell if my makeup looks good or terrifying. I'm gonna try to do winged liner because I guess I hate myself and I just want something really challenging to do right now. But I can't talk while I do eyeliner, so we'll get back to this list in a sec. Okay, resuming the things I've learned. Alcohol can taste good. When I turned 21, I tried alcohol for the first time, and I thought it was absolutely disgusting. And I vowed never to drink it, never to get drunk, all that. I just didn't think that was me. But recently, I've learned there are drinks out there that I do enjoy, and also getting drunk is fun. I'm not encouraging everyone here to get like shwasted, but I'm just saying that alcohol can taste good. I recommend an amaretto sour if you don't like the taste of alcohol. But honestly, here is a photo of my candid face the first time I tried alcohol. Next on our list is just the fact that life sucks sometimes. It's just a fact of life. Like, sometimes your life's going well, and then sometimes it just literally feels like everything sucks. I tend to be someone who feels like that more often than they probably should when my life isn't even bad, but I just take rejection and hardships very poorly. And that leads me to my next thing. Life may suck, but everything will be okay. You're gonna go through bad times. If you persevere, things will get not necessarily better, but like maybe you can like feel better. And everything's just gonna be okay. I really feel like this list makes it sound like I'm just a jaded, messed up human, which I kinda am. You learn what you learn in 25 years, okay? Next on our list is that a highlight is very, very important. Like, you want to literally glow so that NASA can see you from like outer space. And lastly, coming up with a list of 25 is very difficult. Hopefully this list was helpful to someone. I mean, it's just things that I learned. It was very personal, so if it didn't help you, fuck off, I don't know. Just kidding, I love you. Subscribe. I think I fucked up my lipstick, but that's fine. Anyway, now that I have messed up my lipstick, it's fine. I'm just gonna let it be. But that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to share the things I've learned in my 25 years on this planet. It wasn't very profound. It was just stuff that I've been thinking in the past couple of years, just in my head, just things that I have been collecting and learning. Thanks so much for watching. You're all beautiful. Have a nice day. Time passes, how I feel.